Imagine having an AI email marketing assistant that tracks your competitors, builds your email strategy, and can even write your Klaviyo campaigns inside Klaviyo. In this video, I'll show you step by step how to set up Claude MCP so it becomes your personal email marketing strategist. Okay, so let's dive into the full Klaviyo setup and campaign tutorial. First of all, let's talk about a common problem so we can all get on the same page. I'm an email marketer, have been now for the past 5 years over, and plus email copywriting, email strategy, email everything. So let's first start with a common problem that all us email marketers or anybody that's running email marketing can resonate with. So first of all is manual campaign creation. Spending so many hours every week writing campaigns, getting them in Klaviyo, getting them designed. It can really drain productivity, and it can take a lot of time to get done. Tracking competitors efficiently and effectively every single week. I notice a lot of people like myself, we tend to fly quite blind without any structured analysis of what competitors are doing successfully. Third point is poor segmentation or just having a generic segmentation strategy. I think with generic segmentation, you'll just tend to create generic campaigns that fail to resonate with specific audience segments and behaviors that your customers are going to emit. Last point is creative burnout. And with creative burnout, it means that the testing cycles, A/B testing cycles, slow down massively due to mental fatigue and just lack of fresh campaign ideas. So what I'm going to show you today is how essentially Claude MCP connected with Klaviyo, connected with your Gmail account. When transformed into your dedicated AI marketing assistant, it basically becomes your strategist, your copywriter, researcher, even your designer all in one. And I'm going to do this all live with you, and it'll take you less than an hour to set up. So first of all, let's go over to Claude and get this set up. Now, you do need a pro account, which I believe is around $20 per month to get access to different connectors that we're going to be using today. And the connectors that we're going to be using are, click on settings, click on connectors. We have the Gmail and Klaviyo. Now, to add Klaviyo, you do need to add a custom connector, and I'm going to show you how to do that now. So click on add custom connector, name it as Klaviyo, and you want to be copying this URL. One moment, let me copy it from here. Okay. We'll have a link in the description, which actually links you to the Klaviyo website where you'll find this HTML. Otherwise, if you just want to pause now and enter this in, all you have to do is Klaviyo, type in this URL, and then click add, and it will add the MCP. Once you have the MCP connected, essentially you will have to make sure that you configure it. I've listed everything as this. It will ask permission during the chat, and I'll show you that in a second. But once you have Klaviyo connected, then we want to do our Gmail. Now, first of all, with the Gmail side of things, we want to make sure we're using a Gmail that stores all of our competitors' emails. All right. And I'm going to show you an example of that now. Okay. So I have created a Gmail account specifically for competitors of a particular brand that I work with. Okay. So it's one Gmail account per brand. In this sense, it means that when you connect it to Claude, it won't confuse other competitors. It keeps everything in one place. So the best thing to do is create a brand new Gmail account per brand. Okay. So say if you're working in a skincare brand, right? You sign up to your main skincare email list, the skincare brand that you work with. You sign up to their email list with a brand new Gmail account, and then you sign up to 3 or 4 of their top competitors' email lists as well. Okay. And now what I'm going to show you how to do is to organize that Gmail. Once you've signed up to those email lists, once you've opened up the new Gmail account, I'm going to show you how to organize everything into different labels. Okay. So first of all, go into my promotions tab, have all these, different emails coming through every single day, right? And this is all within a particular niche. In this case, we're doing home furniture. And yeah, so what you're going to do, once you get the first email come through, you want to make sure you click inside, you highlight this point here, click Control-C, Control-V here, the search mail part, click on this show search options button. Then what we want to do is create filter. And then we want to click apply the label and then create new label. And you'll just type the name of sorry, it's Joss and Main. So put the label name as the name of the brand or the competitor that you want to be tracking. Simple as that. Now, every time you receive an email from this brand, it's going to put it into a nice label down here. You can even actually go on this and let me just highlight this and then click, I don't know, a color to assign it to. You can also, to be extra careful, you can also drag this in here. I actually haven't set up the label for this, so I'll do this live with you. So again, search in the bar, create filter, apply label, Joss and Main, create filter. Okay, so every single new email that comes through will be added to that label. Okay, so that's it. Very simple. I think this is a main way to get the Gmail set up, to get it organized. Another thing I recommend doing is once you sign up to these email lists, every few days, go in and start some of their other abandonment processes, whether it's a browse abandonment. So go click on one of their products and then click off of the site. Go add one of the products to the cart a couple of days later, and then click off the site. A couple of days later, go back, add something to get to the checkout stage, and then abandon it again. And even if you want to buy something from them, you could even go through the post-purchase flow if you just buy something small. But this is a way to get their entire email marketing funnel like fed into your Gmail account. And this is where the magic sort of starts to happen, is once you get all these emails in Gmail and connect it with Claude, which we're going to do now, you're able to analyze patterns, offer strategies, timings. You can even predict the segments that it's going to be that they're sending emails to, and then compare it against your own emails to find out what you could be doing better and how you could perhaps stand out. So I'm going to connect, first of all, the Gmail account. Again, back on connectors, type looking for the email, click continue, and then we would have successfully connected the Gmail account. Now, when we start a new chat here, we could actually ask Claude to analyze what's in our inbox. But first of all, have I got any new emails today? Use the Gmail MCP to find out. And then what it'll do is it's going to use our Gmail connection, searching messages. And again, it's coming with the new emails that I've received today with the name of the email, the type of email that it is. Most of these promotional emails from furniture and home and decor retailers. So we know it's working. Okay. Now, what we can do from here is we can actually ask it to do some competitor analysis within our inbox. And we can also ask it to go to the websites as well. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to give it a quite generic prompt, and you guys can copy this. Guys can try your own prompts. I recommend to experiment. We're going to do a little bit of a competitor analysis. I want you to search the first 5 emails from these 3 competitors, X, Y, Z, and then compare it against my emails from X brand and find out what the trending subject lines are, offer strategy, and even potentially the segments that they're sending to do a full competitor analysis and find out how X brand, my brand, can position ourselves in the inbox better than our competitors and get better engagement, open rates, and click-through rates, and placed order rates. Also, as a second task afterwards, I want you to go to each of their websites and do a quick scrape to, again, do a full competitor analysis to find out how we can be positioning ourselves better in the market. Okay, so where it says XYZ here, I'm just going to put crate and barrel, interior, define, and where was the other one? Let's do West Elm. Now, just for sensitivity purposes, I can't actually show the name of our brand, so this will be blurred now. Okay, there we go. So we'll send this prompt to Claude and we'll see what he comes back with. I'm presuming it's a man, maybe not. It, they, is, she, we don't know. AI, I guess. All right, so it's searching through the messages. It's searching for the individual competitor emails. Okay, so it's hit maximum length. Now, sometimes you actually come into this problem with Claude with these prompts. Sometimes you can retry with the chat. So we'll try that first. If this doesn't work, then what we'll have to do is just reduce the amount of tasks that it has basically and do it step by step. Okay, it's done the same. So what I'm going to do is I'm not going to get it to go on the websites. First of all, I'm going to get it to search the first 3 emails and then see if that works. And it's not too much of a big of a task. I'm not sure if you have the max plan. Probably you get more output from it, but let's see. Okay, here we go. So Claude is now putting together a full competitor analysis, positioning our brand versus our competitors. And what we can do with these findings, again, it's a lot of information. Some of it, not all of it, may be useful, right? One of the things that I found it to be very useful of is finding out trends while or before they're happening. Okay. And we also can take it one step further from this competitive analysis that will help us put together content ideas on the fly. Now, something that Claude does really well is a Claude MCP is it can go into Klaviyo, create a new campaign inside of Klaviyo already with a design. It's very basic, but already with a design and the copy that you can use with the segmentation suggestions. Now, I'll show you that in a moment. But first of all, I wanted to show you why you would do something like that. Now, here at Hayes, we're becoming an AI-first email agency. However, at the moment, the way AI is and the kind of the technology that it provides is very, very useful. But the output isn't quite there, right? It gives great ideas. It's great for research, but it doesn't quite give us the final result that we're looking for. So we have our standard process of creating campaigns, which we just recorded a video on that. It's the 80-20 campaign strategy. And the way we use AI and Claude in this case is it will create an additional 2 to 3 campaigns with more granular segments that we can test out, which means we're allowed to output. So we're able to output even faster and even more than we usually would. Because one of the things that brands don't do is send enough email campaigns. There's a kind of a myth here that you can only send a limited amount of campaigns per week. But if you actually include segmentation into it, right? And if you get clever with segmentation, which Claude allows you to do, then you can actually send more campaigns, right? And I'll show you what it means now by that. So first of all, the analysis is had a look at the 3 emails of our competitors. It looks like right now there's a lot of sales going on in this particular industry. Some Halloween. It's quite early. We're at 19th of September, but some Halloween mentions already, which is interesting. And then the key findings and trends is that basically there's a lot of urgency. In this case, don't miss out, find an hour's just in. Discount specificity, emojis as well, scarcity messaging, and also benefit focus. So it seems that every single email that it's analyzed has some kind of urgency or scarcity attached to it. Now, that's interesting, but what I'm seeing is it's quite generic urgency, right? It's like, don't miss out, find an hour's just in. I mean, how many times have you heard that? Don't miss out. Like, don't miss out on what? And I think subscribers and customers are getting more and more resilient to this urgency messaging. So I think brands overdo it, is what I'm trying to say. And this is interesting findings. It's okay, how can we be different? Like, every single brand that competitors are doing is just urgency, 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 urgency. And it works, right? Urgency does work. But this generic messaging of final hours, don't miss out is really generic. That's what it is. It's everyone's doing it. So I'm already thinking, okay, how can we be different? Content strategy themes, seasonal relevance, lifestyle integration, service differentiation, and reward programs. Okay, so this is cool. Reward programs is interesting. We don't actually have a reward program set up yet. So it's interesting to find out, okay, our competitors are doing that, right? So it's giving some recommendations on what we can do. But to be quite honest, it's almost copying what our competitors are doing. And this is where prompting is so important. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to, based on, reading this and using my expertise, right? We're not just relying on AI. We're using our expertise to say, okay, I like that, but I don't like that. I'm going to now prompt Claude to create a campaign inside Klaviyo that basically does something completely different, right? Okay, thanks for the competitive analysis. I need you to now give me a campaign idea based on the competitive analysis of how we can stand out in the inbox. The idea should not copy what our competitors have done. What I mean by that is no flash sales, no restocks, nothing around free design consultations. We want to be different and we want to stand out. We don't want to blend in. Think of one campaign idea that uses the patterns and themes that work from our competitors, but doesn't directly copy them and actually does one better than what they're currently doing. Again, give me a segment to recommend to send to that is likely to give us the highest ROI based on our Klaviyo subscribers. Again, not the best prompt in the world, but let's see what Claude comes back with. Okay, so it's given an idea of signature stories. Behind every piece, a story worth telling. The big idea, while competitors focus on discounts and inventory, our brand will own the narrative around craftsmanship, heritage, and customer transformation stories. This campaign positions each piece as having a signature story from the artisan who made it to the customer whose life it transformed. Core campaign thesis: mass retailers sell furniture. Our brand creates signature pieces with signature stories. Okay, so it's actually come up with like an email series for this, which is really interesting. So it's not just giving me one campaign, it's giving me like a campaign strategy and in a sense a campaign sequence that we can send out. Now, interestingly, Klaviyo just released a feature which is it touches on campaign sequences. It allows you to send out multiple campaigns over a course of over a period of time, attached with different segments. So this is amazing. All right, this is fabulous. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to ask Claude to actually execute on the first campaign. Please use the Klaviyo MCP to create the first campaign in the sequence. So it's logged into Klaviyo, and usually what it will do is it will prompt you at this point to actually log in, maybe to the Klaviyo account, or if you've already logged in, it'll ask you to give permissions. And once you do that, it will, I think we've reached an error here. Yeah, so you'll be able to basically give it permissions and it will go through each of these. Okay, so it's gone through my segment list. It's recommended, again, I'll have to blur this out so you can't see it, but it's recommended a specific segment, which is more granular, but quite interesting. It's a segment that is, I would say, hyper engaged, like high intent, but lower volume, which I tend to stay away from if I was, creating like main email marketing campaigns. I would say this is more like your bonus on top of what you'll be sending each week. It's a little bit more granular, but because it's such a high intent segment and we're going in with such a personalized campaign, which is what Claude is creating here, it's quite personalized towards this segment, and we could get some good results. So I'm not against it. I think it's a good idea, but it's not the main bulk of emails I would send out. I would make sure I would have a main bulk of like standard campaigns, which we can send to our existing customer list and our non-customer list as like the foundation. And then I would start adding these on top, which are more granular, more hyper-personalized emails with a lower volume. Okay, so it's created the campaign successfully. Now I'm going to log into Klaviyo and I'm going to see if if it's actually done it correctly. Let's have a look. Okay, so as you can see, signature stories week 1, meet your artisan. It's given me it's already put the segment in there, which we can send to with the estimated recipients. Like I said, it's a smaller amount of people. By the way, this is a list of like 33,000 people, and it's even designed it. So again, I'll have to blur all of this just because I don't want to reveal the name. Wow. This is amazing. It's basically, this is something that, we wouldn't use this design to make it on brand. We would design it, but this is amazing. This is like definitely different than what we were doing. I like the layout. I like the idea it uses a person's name. So it's like meet the person who creates your furniture. It's amazing. Now, are these facts true? No, they're not. But they give you a kind of a jumping off point to find out real facts around the brand that you're working with. Or if you own the brand, you could be like, okay, well, I don't have an upholsterer, but, we have Gary, just say Gary, who delivers our products, right? So if you have a personal shipping team, I know this brand that we work with, they have their own shipping team. So I would be like, okay, or they also have shops. So maybe we'd feature someone who works in the shops, right? So it's giving me ideas. Okay, like I like the route this is going. I like the layout. I like the story. I like this idea that he only crafts 12 custom pieces each month. So I would take this idea and I would apply it to the brand, where it's relevant. But this is great. This is a great idea. Dear first name default design enthusiasts. While other furniture companies focus on mass production, we believe in every exceptional piece begins with exceptional hands. That's great. So again, if I wanted to tweak this, you could say, while other furniture companies focus on mass shipping, we believe every piece should be delivered by our exceptional hands. Or if we wanted to do a focus on the shops, we can say, while other furniture companies focus on, mass marketing via their website, we also believe that it's important to see your dream furniture, home furniture in up close and personal. And today I want you to meet one of our master store people, salespeople, or whatever, who will quite literally support you on your journey to finding your dream furniture. And then you go and introduce the person. Now, I think this is a great idea, and it's basically created it all for us. All we have to do now is, again, like I said, I have to tweak the copy to make it relevant to the brand. Sometimes you won't even have to tweak the copy that much. You can just get your designer in to design it. Or if you're just a brand starting out and you want to just get campaigns going out without having to spend money on designers and copywriters and agencies, you can just send this out. Like it's a high quality campaign. So this is, again, the main way that I've shown you how to set it up. I've kind of skipped through the steps here. We've connected Klaviyo. We've done our competitor analysis. We've built out the campaigns. Again, 90 seconds versus 3 hours of work. I mean, how long did that take us to do? It was crazy, super quick. Now, again, you will implement and test it. You never want to just go for what it gives you and then not test it. One idea could be to test these Claude campaigns versus the standard campaigns that you would send out and see which ones perform. And again, with this segment, you might want to tweak those and build them more manually, right? So we've already got on to what's calls delivered. You've seen that. So why does this work, really? Mainly, it saves time for idea creation. You're basing it off 24/7 competitor analysis. So everything that's coming into your inbox every single day, you're able to connect it with Claude and analyze it in real time so that you're always one step ahead of your competitors. And I can guarantee that 9 out of 10 of your competitors aren't even doing this, right? They're just sending out generic emails. So what you can actually do is you can not just leverage it by analyzing your competitors, but you can actually also analyze the top A players in the market. So follow these top brands like Mr. Beast Feastables, follow Byte, right? Huel. Some of these like email newsletters that are just crushing it. They just send out really amazing emails. You can connect that to Claude as well, analyze those emails and apply it to your brand. Again, you got 24/7 intelligence, and that's what's so important about this. It allows you to get more campaigns out quicker, and also, because you're sending out more campaigns, you're going to increase conversions. We see that the more campaigns we send, that generally it's around, like the more campaigns you can send, it can be 5 to 10% per more campaign you send out each week. So if you just keep sending more campaigns out to specific segments that you don't usually send to, you'll start to see a big conversion lift. And this is why you can do it, because this makes it so much quicker. So to finalize and to end this, if you want us to build this for you here at Hayes, we set up Claude MCP and Klaviyo for brands. So you have a permanent AI strategist. We could go one step further than this. We train AI on your brand. And again, we build these lists. So the Gmail that I told you about, like this gets better over time. It's a compound growth. The more emails we get inside of this Gmail, the more research and data we have to train Claude on. And so it's better to start this earlier than later. All right. And we can do this all for you. Complete setup. The main service that we offer is complete done for you marketing, where we integrate all our tech stats and AI, including the AI strategist that I mentioned with you today, custom campaigns, and also flows. Now, if you're haven't already, book a call. Click below to book a call, have a chat with Jordan, and we'll see how we can help you scale your brand with AI. So that's pretty much it for me today. To summarize really quick, first of all, step 1, go connect Claude to Klaviyo using the Claude MCP. Then create your Gmail account with all your emails, sign up to email lists that you have for your competitors. Again, analyze those. The sooner you do this, the better to get data. And then the final step is to start building out some campaigns inside Klaviyo, get some ideas rolling. And again, you could probably create an entire content calendar in less than a couple of hours if you went and did this properly. And yeah, come thank me later. Anyway, that's it from me. Take care, and I'll see you in the next one.